Hi everybody, my name is Tammy and I am with TSH Designs. I love doing pottery and I wanted to share with you guys a Kiln Unload. This isn't my first Kiln Unload, but it is my first filmed Kiln Unload. I actually don't have my own kiln wired yet, but we're working on that and hopefully it's going to be done this weekend. I've been doing pottery for about 2 years on and off. I've had some breaks where I felt like it was taking over my life. So I think God made me step back and put things back into perspective. So I've done a lot of praying and things are finally starting to take shape for me. So I just wanted to get on here and share some of my things because I love watching everyone's kiln unloads and it's just exciting. And so may not get any viewers, whatever, but I just wanted to try. And I also want to thank all of you people that are all in the pottery community. You're just such wonderful people. I have good friends that have let me rent space from their kilns till mine gets up and going. Aubrey at Morel Designs has just been a godsend to me. She answers questions, she shares things with me, gives me advice, and even though we've never met, she's actually helped me so much. Sarah Walton, Nat and Trace at Mud Magic, Tiffany at Hobble Creek, I've learned so much from you guys. Lisa Finkel, Aubrey Lynn, Perrin Pottery, Wandering Soul Pottery, Unseth Pottery. I watch all of you guys. And I know there's people that I don't necessarily know your names, but I watch every Kiln Unload that I can find because it's, I just love it. And I love that you guys are so willing to share Glaze combos and good things and bad things. So I wanted to share mine. I'm gonna start off with an epic fail. And I think it's important to kind of show these things so that everybody sees that we're not perfect. And for me, for sure, I'm not perfect. My inspiration for this was a pig cutting board that my father made, I think when he was in high school. And he's no longer with us and I miss him dearly, but I've held on to this forever. And I thought this would make such a cool charcuterie board or just serving tray or whatever. So this was my inspiration. And it was an epic fail. It cracked awful, very just 2 spots. It just cracked terribly. I thought I made it thick enough. And Aubrey said it could have been the sharp corners. I don't know, but anyway, it failed. And I did. I noticed that I used root beer on this. So I did I stamped in a wood texture because I wanted it to look wood grain. And the only brown I had was root beer. And I really think it would have worked. Like you can see some of these spots where it looks like it would have worked, but I think I probably put it on too thick because it did lose a lot of the texture. But what a fun shape. I wish it would have worked, but it didn't. But anyway, if you're ever thinking of trying root beer over texture, it does work. So what I did is I put black underglaze and wiped it back and then put the root beer on that. These are just some fun little pieces. So after the break I took from pottery, I got out there without any kind of a goal in mind. I just wanted to create. So I just got out there and started making this little funky tray. I had envisioned it being a fruit snack tray, but now it kind of looks like maybe a desk organizer, whatever. And I kind of wanted it to look like a graffiti style. So I just took all these different little underglazes, and I'm sorry if the lighting in here is not bad. This is just, I'm in my kitchen, don't have any kind of professional gear or anything. So these are just a bunch of underglazes that I put on and then just put clear over it. I don't know where these came from. I actually bought a pottery studio, a bunch of equipment from a lady named Darla, who has turned out to be a dear friend as well. She was retiring and she had all these things. So they're no telling, I have no idea how old they are, but they're just fun. And I kind of like that little quirky shape. Then I did a little berry bowl, and all of these are B-mix. And I fired it to cone 5 with a 5-minute hold. We did a medium fire and then just let it cool down. So I didn't do any kind of a hold or a slow cool. I did do a 5-minute hold, but not a slow cool, just a regular cool. Ended up taking roughly, I think, about 30 hours. So anyway, this is just, and a lot of this stuff is hand built. Some things are wheel thrown, and I'll try to remember to tell you which ones those are. This is just a little berry bowl that I made, and I'm really proud of how it turned out. I originally had 2 little handles on it, which was so cute, but they popped off. So just sanded that off before I glazed it. It's really cute. I like it. My daughters, this was their favorite. This was their kiln favorite. Cute. Okay. This is a hand-built mug. It is somewhat of a fail. I love it, but it warped in firing. It was perfectly round whenever I put it in the kiln, but it's not round anymore. I did some daisy texture, and I did this fun little twisted handle. That's the first time I've ever done a twisted handle. So I don't know if maybe the handle was a little heavy. I don't know if that particular shelf got a little hotter, so maybe that's what made it warp. But what I did on this was I did textured turquoise on the top, third, and on the inside, rainforest on the middle, and they just overlapped a little bit. You see how I lost some of the texture. I had really cool texture in there. And then this is green tea. The textured turquoise did some weird stuff, and I know my lighting's not going to show it, so I'm just going to kind of do this for a second. You can see it didn't crawl. That's not raw clay. It's sealed, but it just did a weird thing in there. And that's just textured turquoise by itself. So I don't know what happened in there. Like I said, it's sealed. It's not raw clay. It just looks like the glaze separated or something. I don't know. If y'all have any ideas, let me know. Okay, this is another hand-built travel mug. I love these little travel mugs. And they do fit in the cup holder. I was so proud of that they fit in the cup holder. This one I just rolled some texture on it, really cute texture. And this is kimchi ×3 all over and on the inside. I really love this mug. It's a good hold. It's a good size, so I like it. And I love kimchi, just the way it breaks over texture. It's really fun, really fun. Okay. This one is my first attempt. This is wheel thrown, and I put a little thumb rest on there. I see everybody doing these really fun thumb rest, and I've never been brave enough to try it, so I just did a little circle and put that on there. And I like this shape. When I took my break mainly from throwing, so I'm having to kind of relearn my throwing and or just try to break some bad habits that I've kind of developed. Anyway, I got this glaze combo off of Mako's Mudroom. And it is obsidian 3 times all over and sandstone 3 times at the top. And I put a little bit of honey flux where they meet. So you got these really cool drips right there. I love that. I love that. And it probably would have looked a little bit different. The only flux that I have right now is honey flux. So if you did light flux, it may have maybe put a lighter little ring right there, but it just feels really good in your hand. It's a good size. I like big mugs. I just like mugs that I can drink a gallon of coffee out of. Okay, this one is another fail. I got this pattern from Sharon Hoppy. It was in her spring collection, and it was a little a gnome scene. It's a roller. It kind of looks better on camera. Wow. So anyway, what I did on this is I put black underglaze and I wiped it back. And then this is 3 times frosted melon, and it just did some funky stuff. You can see right there, there's a little bit, I don't know if that's crazing. I don't know. It just, and then right here, it kind of looks like it maybe burnt a little bit. I mean, it looks toasted kind of right there. So it's a really cute little scene. I was hoping that it would show up better, and it's really strange because on the camera you can see the texture, but in person it's not as vivid. Wow. Anyway, and this glaze could have been old, so I don't really know. I don't know if it was thick. If y'all have any ideas what happened, did maybe that shelf get too hot? I don't know. If anybody has any tips on frosted melon, let me know. Okay, this one I'm really happy with. I got inspiration for these colors from Sarah Walton. I didn't use her exact combo, but I just love the way that she does her charcuterie boards. It's really fun. It's flat. I mean, I'm really happy with it. It's maybe I could have made it a little bit thicker, but I really like it. It's really cute. So what I did on this is the top third is indigo float. Then the middle is, and they're all ×3, kimchi, and then textured turquoise. Look how good the textured turquoise did on this compared to what it did on the mug. Weird. And then I did a honey flux in between where they met. Just kind of wanted them to kind of blend a little bit. Kind of lost the texture. I had some really fun flowers and different things in there. I mean, it still looks cute. You just can't really make out the texture that good. No, you can a little bit. It's fun. It's fun. I'm really happy with this one. Okay, I think I'm doing all of my fails right up front. This one, this is a hand-built travel mug, and I made it bigger than normal because I had envisioned a Stanley cup. That's what I was kind of going for. And then when I just started making it, it just started looking too big. It looked too big. So compare that to this one. I mean, once it's shrank and everything, it's really not that much bigger. But anyway, it's hand built, and I was trying to do something different instead of putting the handle where the seams meet. And it just kind of looks a little off, like it's not completely round. And then what I did on this is I had carved in, I hate to admit this, I had carved in Yahweh. I was going to use this, as a spiritual mug. Well, I spelled Yahweh wrong. Wow. So I scraped that off, and I put a little plaque on there with some little rainbows and thought that would be cute. Well, it popped off. So I ended up with just like a little bit of texture right there. So I thought, I'm just going to use this as a test and kind of see if I get what comes out of it. So I put did frosted melon underneath before I put the vinyl stickers on. So I used the vinyl stickers as like wax resist on this. And it's really sharp where I've got the black. Up here, it bled and ran over it. So I made all these different vinyl stickers. Had the idea that the frosted melon was gonna look green under this, and then I put the vinyl over top of it. And I mean, the color did show through, but it kind of looks like a yellow. So anyway, what I did on this one, this is chum plum at the top. And when I opened my chum plum, it was kind of chunky. So I tried to water it down, mixed it really, really well, and it's on the inside as well. But then I noticed it when it started drying, it was like flaking and coming off. So I tried to wash that off, and then I ended up putting kimchi on top of it, and I put a little bit of peppered plum right there, but it just looks awful right there. It bled over my words. I mean, the cross looks good, but you can't even make out what this was. that looks terrible. So I don't know. It was gonna be mine anyway because I knew I had made a mistake on it, and I just thought it would be a fun mug. So anyway, this is Chum Plum ×3, but like I said, there was an issue with my glaze, and it crawled big time on the inside. I don't know if you can see that. It crawled. That is raw clay there. And then this is Peppered Plum, and then this is Satin Black. And then I did Pepper Plum on the handle. So the Satin Black just did really, really good where the vinyl transfer was. And I mean, the Pepper Plum did good too. Only where they met, it kind of bled over a little bit. So I mean, for me, I'm gonna use it. We'll see. I'm considering refiring this and covering the words. Y'all let me know if you've had any success doing that and if it will actually cover it, or if I'm gonna make a bigger mess. If I'm gonna make a bigger mess, I'm just gonna leave it. Okay. Oh, and these are fun. So I have chickens, and when I collect eggs every day, I normally just keep them in a cardboard egg box. And just so I know who's laid, or if everyone's laid, who's laid that day. So I just kind of keep track. Every day I have like, collect my eggs. Okay, so I wanted something that was cute, just to collect my eggs for the day. Like I'll go out several times a day and then I'll just put them there. I have 10 chickens. But anyway, so this one is hand built. And what I did with this one is I cut out my slab, and I actually took a ceramic egg. I put this on foam, and I just gently pushed the eggs in. And I know some people have showed tutorials on how to do that. If y'all would like me to show how I did this, I can. Again, I'm not a professional video, and I don't even know how this video is going to turn out, but that's all I did. I just kind of went and just made spaces between each one and gently pushed it in. Now, the first attempt, I pushed the egg through. So this is the second attempt, and I kind of, I left the back raw, and then I just, whenever I was done, I made sure that I put it on the table and made sure that it was flat. But it turned out really cute. I love it. Oh, and let me show you. The eggs fit in there perfect. They look so cute in there. So this is Peppered Plum. I love Peppered Plum. I love how the crystals break, and it just is a fun glaze. And then this is kimchi. On the outside is kimchi. And it did really good on my texture. I had just different little flowers. No rhyme or reason, just playing with some of these stamps that I got from Sharon Hoppy Designs. And then some of them are ones that I had and already had, and I have no idea where they came from. But that one's fun. I love it. Okay, here's another fail. I'm attempting to make, our church is building a new building. And so I'm attempting to make some mugs that our church can sell. And I'm in the process of getting a stamp, so it'll make this look much better. But on this one, I carved the design in there, put black underglaze on it, and wiped it back. This one is hand thrown. This combo on the mug itself is Honey Flux. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Here we go. Oh, Honey Flux ×2 with Winterwood ×1 all over. And then just the Honey Flux. No, that's snow on the inside. Snow. And I thought, since snow is a celadon, which I'm learning that this is probably not right, but for me anyway, because I'm still learning the wipe back technique and I'm not very good at it. I tend to wipe the glaze out. I guess I'm pushing too hard. But anyway, you can't really see our logo. It got muddled, and this is snow. I probably would have looked a lot better if I'd have just left it raw clay, but I wanted to see what snow would do over black underglaze, and doesn't look good at all. Doesn't look good. So anyway, if y'all have a white glaze that does good over black, under glaze where you wipe it back, let me know. I was trying to use glazes that I have, because I have a ton, and I want to buy more, but I don't need more yet. So anyway, that one was kind of a fail just because of that. It'll be a good mug for me. I love this shape. I like to hold the mugs like this. I like a big mug. Okay, here's another one of my travel mugs. And this one's hand built. And this is another one where it kind of looks pregnant right there if you look at it. Of course, I'm gonna point out every flaw. I'm just like that with stuff I make. And this is where the seam met. So I'm realizing that it's probably better to put the handle where the seam is so it kind of hides it a little bit better. But I love this combo. I love this combo. This one looks more round. This one is honey flecks all over one time. Winter wood all over one time. And okay, I can't read my own handwriting. This is textured turquoise over the winter wood and the honey flux. Look how good it looks. So man, textured turquoise does look really pretty when it's mixed with honey flux. And I did that the same on the inside. You can see how it broke a little bit. Can you see this? Sorry, I know my lighting is not great. But this one's good. I like it. Okay, this one turned out to be one of my favorites. I have a mold, and I put this bowl on it, and this is rainforest all over. And what I did, if you can see that, it's just beautiful. I hope that it's coming across. So I put a crochet doily in there. I didn't do anything like I didn't put black underglaze. This is strictly rainforest by itself. It's such a cool shape. And look at it on the back. Just the way that the texture look is beautiful. It does have a crack right there, but it's not all the way through. Really strange. And the glaze covered it. It's not sharp, nothing. And I did notice that whenever, after bisque firing, I noticed that. So I put the glaze a little bit heavier there, hoping that it would cover that up. But I love this. It's just, and I'm really not a green person, but that is just beautiful. Okay. All right. There's mixed emotions about this one. This is a hand-built bread pan. And I used a pattern that I got off of Etsy. I really like how it meets. And this was really fun to make. But I've heard, this is just bee mix. So you guys let me know, can you use just regular bee mix baking, or should this just be like a serving tray? I heard someone say, and I think it was Tiffany at Hobble Creek, saying that you need to have some kind of grog in here. So this does not. Anyway, this is dunes on the bottom ×2 and green tea on top of it. I had texture all right here, and it lost all the texture. I had some texture right there, which you can kind of see. I don't like it. To me, it looks splotchy. It looks like those are brush strokes. My daughter absolutely loved this. Just loved it. I'm considering refiring it, but she loved it. So tell me what you think. Okay. These are just some little, so I have two daughters. Well, I have a son, but I have two daughters. My son doesn't care about pottery. And my two daughters are totally different from each other. One loves all the colors and everything, and then one just loves white. White and specks. So she wanted some dip bowls. So I just made her some little fun dip bowls. This one was almost a flop because I got too thin at the top. So I just kind of made these little scallops and it really turned out cute. That's just snow over bee mix. And she just wanted some of those. This is another one that just a little throne. And this one is just a little sauce bowl. So this one is funny. It was originally going to be one of her dip bowls. And when I made this shape and was looking at it, I was like, that needs a handle. And isn't it just adorable? It's a cute little mug. I mean, it's not tiny, maybe 8 ounces. I don't know, I haven't measured any of them yet. But I love this combo, and several of y'all have used this combo. And thank you for the inspiration. So this one is 3 times ancient copper on the top and on the inside. It's just beautiful. Winter wood times 3 on the bottom and honey flux where they meet. Look at that. I love that. To me, that just looks like coffee with creamer in it. The handle looks cute. Don't think I've ever really made a little handle that shape, but it's so fun when you are creating and then something, you look at it and you're like, oh no, that needs to be a mug. Anyway, that's really cute. It looks Western to me. All right, I've got another egg tray. Now this one, the way I created this one is I used the cardboard tray and I put this on the inside and kind of tapped it down, and then with a sponge went in and pushed it down into the to get the egg things. And then I went back with the ceramic egg just to kind of round it to make sure that they were gonna fit. And they do, they fit great. I was worried about these shrinking so that the eggs wouldn't fit, but they do. They really do, they look good. And I'm sad because I had all these cute little chicken stamps all around it. I thought it was gonna be so adorable. You can kind of see them there, but you can't make out what they are. And then I just did like a little braid right there. But this is sangria. Sangria did not play well with my texture. And then the inside is amaryllis. But I think those two colors together are really fun. I like them. It is not perfectly square. It's a little quirky. Most of my stuff is a little quirky, but I like it. No, keep saying it's handmade. It's handmade. Okay, this one, I got this combo off of Mako Mudroom, I believe. And so many of y'all have done this technique, a beachy technique. And I didn't have the same glazes that some of you use. So I just kind of went with what I have. Up here is 3 times Mediterranean Sea. Wow, where'd that come from? And 3 times sandstone and honey flux where they meet. I really wanted more of the white foamy look. And maybe if I had light flux, it would have done better. But it still looks really beachy. The blue is just gorgeous. I love it. This one's wheel thrown. Yeah, this one's wheel thrown. But I love it. Look at the drips down there. Almost. The handle is fun. And I've had sandstone for a while and hated it because I just tried to use it like by itself. But when you mix it with other things, if you put it on top of things, like the other mug over there, it really is pretty. Okay, getting close to the end. This one, I got the inspiration on this one from Lisa Finkel. Mine did not turn out like hers. And I think it's because I put 2 times honey flux all over. Then I did amaryllis at the top, and I did winter wood in the middle, and ancient copper. So this is what ancient copper is supposed to look like. but that's what I got. And I guess it's because I put it over Honey Flux. So I probably should have left just the ancient copper, but it's still cute. I love it. It's a very feminine little cup. I did the same thing on the inside, kind of tried to layer it a little bit. Look how it pulled in the bottom. Really cool. This one was wheel thrown. Hand thrown, okay. Wheel thrown. This one had a big crack in it, so I just did it as a test. A lot of y'all have done the Northern Lights, and I just wanted to try it. I did not have all the glazes, so what I did on this one was obsidian ×3 all over and on the inside. Indigo float for the top 2/3, and smoky merlot. No, I'm sorry, indigo float. Most everybody uses blue rutile. I don't have blue rutile, so indigo float is what I use for the top 2/3, and smoky merlot for the top 1/3, and then just random globs of seaweed. And that's really beautiful. Of course, like I said, it has a crack, so it's gonna end up being a utensil holder or something for me in the studio. Plus it was this was wheel thrown, and it's a little wonky, but those colors just, look at that. That's beautiful. Tiffany at Hobble Creek does this with her winter scenes and makes it look like the Northern Lights, and it's just beautiful. Okay, last one. This was my attempt at a peacock bowl, and I want to show you, I did texture turquoise ×3 all over on the bottom, which I don't think you're really supposed to do on peacock, but I want to show you what it did on the outside. Again, that is not raw clay. It's there, it's smooth, but I don't know why it did that. It looks terrible. I don't know. So anyway, I love how this turned out. Of course, I didn't have the colors that I've seen people use, but I just kind of went with it. So I did, again, I did texture turquoise ×3 on the bottom, which I don't think most people do that when they do a peacock, but I did because I didn't know what I was doing. And then I started researching it after I'd already started working on it. The W's all the way around, I did Honey Flux. And then I just kind of did a swirl in the bottom of the Honey Flux. I don't know if I like that or not. It's kind of cool, but I wish I would have just left it and let the others run down. So I did 2 rows of W's with the Honey Flux. And then the dots inside, I alternated them with Smoky Merlot and Rainforest. And I really love it. It's just so cool how it does that. So, and that's it, guys. Thank you for sticking with me. Again, this was my first time, and please be kind because I don't know what I'm doing. And I have a hard time trying to decide what my kiln favorite is. But it's either got to be this mug, I love this mug, or this bowl. And this bowl I just made on a whim. It was like, I just want to try it. And it's just beautiful. And I love my little egg trays too, so it's kind of hard. But anyway, thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you again. I hope to make another video once my kiln gets up and running. And if you have any suggestions for anything that I've done, ways I can do better, any suggestions, I'd appreciate your comments, critiques, whatever. Again, thank you for joining me. I hope to see you soon. Bye.